Hello, everybody. This is Noah and John, and we are from UrbanDigs, and it is Friday. So you're going to get your weekly Manhattan market update. John, let's get right to it. I'm looking at supply 68.39. It looks like it's ticking up. Show me that chart.
Yeah, it's another tick up in overall supply, nearly 2% this week, and that is in line with what we've seen for the last several weeks, Noah.
All right, Johnny, let's move on to that measure of pending sales, the measure of demand. We're not wasting any time here. 4,556 looks like it's ticking lower, but Johnny, you're the boss. Show me that chart.
It's down. No, it's down by like 0.7%. So one of the things we were talking about last week is this number seems to be almost plateauing here. So, it's still in that plateau mode.
All right, pending sales is plateauing. I do notice that the market pulse is still ticking down. So there definitely is more of a outpacing of supply coming on than deals going into contract. Buyers, you have the best discount window I can think of in a while. And to show you why, if I look at supply right now, take a look at that supply chart, John. All right, this is the first notable sustained move up in inventory since the reopen.
Yep.
Right. We have been moving down for that entire time. And this is the first time. So buyers, I just want you to understand the market that you're in right now. This is the brief window of opportunity. And if we look at the market pulse, which takes into account both supply and demand, because demand's been falling, this is the brief window that I'm talking about. And again, you don't see anything like that from this whole move up. This is that brief respite. Sellers, you might need to adjust just a little. Okay. Johnny, let's go to the weekly, see what's going on there. I see supply 476 things. Show me that chart.
Yeah, 476, that is nearly 3% down from the last week. So, you talk about a brief window. It certainly is brief, with supply sort of falling over the last several weeks here. A weekly new supply, the pace is slowing a bit.
Slowing just a bit, but we're coming up to the 500s, 550s. I think there's like a 2,400 pace a month. We'll get to that in a second. That's a lot, though. So we'll see whether or not that continues. John, contract signed 283. That's nothing to sneeze at, Johnny. Show me the chart.
It's not 283. That's 15% more than the previous week, which is like in the 240s. So we're coming close to that 300 number again here for Manhattan. And that's, we had talked about contract signs sort of being down on a week over week basis. Generally, that trend started in June, July, and it looks like it might be reversing here. I mean, the stuff has come on, and now it looks like it's starting to go back off again.
And that's why I wonder how low this pulse is going to go. I mean, we're at 0.68 for like a number of days. It looked like that cliff dive was starting to slow a little bit, and then we went down again. And again, I'm seeing the pace of supply go down just a little bit. I'm seeing the pace of demand go up, as you mentioned. So it's only a matter of time until this starts to turn around. Yeah. We'll see how long it takes. Okay, John, let's go out to the chart of the day, the chart du jour. Johnny, what did you whip up for us today?
Well, no, we're calling this the biggest movers and shakers since Labor Day. And what we did is we looked at the change in market pulse across all these different sectors. We got rid of the ones that weren't really doing anything. Just where was it September 1st? Where was it yesterday? What's the change? And basically what you're seeing on those red bars is where you have a lot more competition for sellers. You have a lot more supply versus pending sales. And those bottom green bars, which apparently are all condos, is where you have a lot more interest on the buy side. So just constrained supply, buyers still hot and heavy. What's interesting to me, Noah, is look at where those big top bars are. They are Upper East Side, Upper West Side. They're all co-ops. So if you're looking, buyers, if you're looking right now for value, these are the places right now where you probably have the most leeway in terms of negotiation.
Right. And I look at the bottom, Johnny, and I see some condo sectors, these are the outperformers. These are the sectors maybe that have rebounded a little bit, maybe at a delay, I guess, but they're doing okay. They're a little bit of the higher price sectors and the condo sectors. Very interesting. When I look at this chart, Johnny, I just noticed there's a lot of red. There's a lot of red, and you're talking about Labor Day. So we're talking about the last 5 weeks, the change in the real-time leverage, the market pulse in these sectors. So this is a nice visualization that most sectors have seen leverage go from sellers towards buyers over the course of the last 5 weeks. And where we are right now is pretty much the most that buyers have had in terms of real-time leverage in a long time. Okay. So this is very interesting to see, Johnny. Thank you very much. And I want to just complement that with a final resale condo price per square foot chart at the time the contract was signed. Okay. Because this is really your market action price action in real time. And one thing I want to point out is that you could see, okay, you could see the rebound right over here, Johnny, right over here, but just make a mental note. We're only back to around 2019 levels. That's where we're back to. And again, I think the only sellers that are not selling are those sellers that thought that because of the market was so active, why not price like it was 2015? And that just didn't fly.
Right. And, it's interesting to me because as this trend recovers, we're sort of at an interesting point. I mean, we've got a lot of sales in this number already, Noah. And what further sales could push this number higher? It's certainly possible, but it's also certainly possible that we just basically go sideways from here.
Yeah, I think we are going to go sideways. I think the first wave up from this COVID recovery, first cycle up, I think has exhausted itself. I think that we're literally in that transitional exhaustive period right now. All right. You like to call it a transition period. I totally agree. Every metric we have is telling me that we've cooled. May and June was the peak of the record activity. Right. So you're going to see a bump in closing prices probably up to about August. And then it's probably going to come back down to earth because since May and June, we have seen supply come back on. We've seen the deal volume go down and the market pulse over the last 5 weeks has plummeted. So this is going to be interesting. And I agree that those prices are most likely going to go sideways for a little bit until we figure out where we are. Johnny, thank you so much for getting these charts up. I really appreciate it. That is Johnny Walkup. I am Noah Rosenblatt. We are both from UrbanDigs. This has been your weekly Manhattan market update, and we'll catch you next time.